everybody and welcome to a slightly different video on my channel. Now I feel like this is obvious, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This video is gonna involve talk around poo, blood, hospitals, needles, and if that is something that is going to make you feel uncomfortable or you just do not want to hear about, please don't watch this video. And I've said it now, okay, so no blaming me when you're like throwing up later. No, I'm joking, it's not that bad, but I am trying to be as honest as I can to try and be as helpful as I can, I suppose. If you don't know what a colonoscopy is, basically it's where you go to hospital, you get sedated and they put a really long camera up your bum, they pump you full of air and they look around the lining of your colon basically to look for anything abnormal. But in order for them to do that, you have to in advance stick to a particular diet and then drink a lot of laxatives to completely empty you out so that the camera can see everything. So the reason I had to have this, just to give you a bit of context, is that for as long as I can remember, I've had bad diarrhea, like a lot, more often than not, and I go a lot. I've been to the GP about it multiple times. I ended up having blood tests, stool samples, where they discovered that I have inflamed bowels, and they referred me to a specialist who then referred me for this colonoscopy to find out what's going on. They talked about things like severe IBS, IBD, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and that is basically what they were testing me for. So I hope you find this video helpful. I hope it doesn't gross you out too much. Dare I say, enjoy the rest of the video. Morning, so it is 2 days before my appointment now, which means that I need to start on the, I think it's a low fibre diet. They sent me this leaflet last week. They sent me this last week, and in it is a list of the foods that I can and can't eat 2 days before my appointment. They are all listed here. You can pause it and have a read through if you would like. After reading the list, I decided that for breakfast this morning, I would have honey on white toast. No butter though. Oh, this is so dry. It is now 2:05 in the afternoon. I've gone for boiled eggs, soft boiled hopefully, and some white toast again. So this is my bland little lunch. It is time for my third and final meal of the day, which is also my last meal before Friday evening. So we have a plain chicken breast, cauliflower that I've steamed the life out of, as instructed, and then new potatoes, but no skins allowed, so I had to peel them, and then I just roasted them in a tiny bit of coconut oil. Hopefully that's okay. Just finished my dinner. It wasn't as terrible as I was expecting, actually, I have to say. The cauliflower was pretty dire, but other than that, it was all right. I read back through the list and turns out that I can actually have kind of some sort of pudding as well. So I've got tinned peach slices, which I will have to drain. I'm allowed those. And then the best bit is plain sponge cake. So I'm gonna have a slice of cake and some peaches for pudding. By the way, the reason for this strict diet of kind of bland, pale foods is so that nothing stains the lining of your colon that the doctors could mistake for blood. So they said absolutely no to Ribena or any kind of dark liquids that are gonna stain, stain the lining, I guess, because then they might think it's more serious than it is. But that's pretty much the reason for it, in case you are wondering. Not gonna lie, I'm really excited about Friday. I love like having new experiences, and I just can't wait to get like my hospital gown and be sedated, because I've never had any sort of sedation before. So I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. Oh, yum, 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 yum. It is the next day now. It is Thursday, which means that my appointment is tomorrow. So I'm referring to my leaflet here, and it says, on the day before, which is today, do not eat any food. Ensure that you drink plenty of water, up to 3 litres in 24 hours. The fun starts at 6 when I have to drink a litre of something called Moviprep, which is a very strong laxative. So I look forward to that. It is almost time for me to start taking my laxatives. I think in about half an hour I have to take them. Dad has just come to pick Louise up because they are going to the theatre, but before the theatre they are going for dinner at a steak restaurant. Like, honestly, they couldn't... Oh, I'm so annoyed, I want to be going. I didn't really kind of picture myself being hungry, but I'm feeling so hungry right now, and the thought that I've got another like 21 hours to go until I can eat again is really actually horrible, and I've got a headache, but I've been drinking loads of water. They say it's really important to stay hydrated, but I've got such a headache, and I just want to go to sleep actually, because then I don't have to think about it. But obviously I have to stay awake for the evening because I need to have all my poos. The time has come to have my first litre of laxative. So I've got a big jug here, which is 1 litre of water, and I'm instructed to pour in both of these packets. So we've got A and B. Here we go. Apparently this tastes horrendous. Oh, the powder smells nice. It smells like, tastes like lemon. Right, sachet B. And then we have to stir for like 5 minutes. Right, that is pretty much all mixed in now. So I'm gonna decant it into this bottle. I think it'll be easier to drink like that. Okay then. Oh, do you know what? Oh, it tastes like, it tastes like lemon sherbet. Oh, Oh, it gets worse with each mouthful. Okay. Oh no. That's not nice. My cousin, who is actually studying medicine at the moment, has just messaged me saying, everyone loves a bit of a movie prep. Let me tell you, James, everybody does not love a bit of a movie prep. I will let you know when things start happening. I am 1 bottle down now, and I've just had a refill, but I'm really not feeling very well. Oh, this is horrible. This is nothing like I was expecting. An hour and 15 minutes later, we are 1 poo down, people. I was just chatting away to Craig, and it came over me in a second. I actually thought I was going to poo my pants, but I got there in time. Had to run. It was like water shooting out. It wasn't clear yet though.
That sounded like when someone moves a big armchair on the floor. Like,
what, my tummy?
Yeah. Oh, was that you?
Yeah, there's some fun noises going on down there. Okay, 1 down, 14 to go, they reckon. Woo. 2 down, 3 now.
15 times, you're going to be bored.
I'm already bored. I've just had 5, 6 and 7. 6 was probably my favourite so far. I'm just ready to go to bed now. I don't want to stay up pooping all night. I can't believe I have to do this all again in the morning. Honestly. It is 11:15 in the evening now, and I have just been to the loo for the 8th time. It is safe to say that my bum hole is stinging, but I'm hoping that's it now, because there was a bit of a delay until the last one. So I thought I would just come up to bed, lay in bed for a while, see what happens. Fingers crossed no more. But I'll leave this here, and I will check in with you in the morning when we have to go through all this over again. Morning. It is the big day today. It is Friday. It's 7 AM and I am about to have my second lot of laxative, which I'm kind of dreading because I was up all night going to the loo. Honestly, it's blowing my mind how much is coming out. I'm sure it's more than a litre. I feel all right, like I don't feel sick or hungry or anything. It's just that my tummy's making a lot of weird noises and I feel quite tired because I was up quite a lot last night. So let's do it all again. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. It's 11 o'clock now, which means that I have 4 hours to go until my procedure. Louisa's actually taking me to the hospital. Between poos, I managed to have a shower and wash my hair and get dressed. But it's still happening a lot, and I'm a little bit worried about the drive there. But also, once I'm at hospital, like, I have to be empty by the time the camera goes in. Otherwise, he's going to put the camera to my bum hole, and I'm going to shoot a load of liquid onto it. Also, I'd like to disprove a preconception that I had. They're big words for me. And that is that I thought that when you would start being empty, that the liquid would come out clear, because obviously it's a clear liquid that you drink. I thought you'd start to poo clear, but no. It's bright yellow, and I rang my dad about it because he's had this done before, and I also had a look online, and apparently that's right. So bright yellow because of like the bile in your stomach, I think, makes it yellow, and it's really fizzy and yellow. I'm still excited. I'm slightly confused why I don't feel hungry. I've like got over the hunger, but I think I need to drink a lot more water before I go because I can't drink water 2 hours before I go. So I've got a 2-hour window now to drink lots of water and stay hydrated. My chauffeur has now picked me up and we are en route to East Surrey Hospital. I've packed myself a bag of snacks and I've got all my paperwork. I guess we'll see you at the hospital. I'm excited again now. Last night I wasn't excited anymore, and now again I'm excited this morning. Just changed into my gown and I've got a little wristband. Just had the cannula put in my hand, ready for my sedation, so that's fun. This is a good look, isn't it? Woo! We've just left the hospital now. I've had my cannula out and I've got my funky little wristband on still, and I'll fill you in properly later, but honestly that was a wonderful experience. Everyone was very nice to me. I had no pain, I'm not gassy, I didn't have any tummy aches, and I didn't cry, and they didn't even give me much sedation, so all is good. But I'll fill you in properly when we are home. First on my snack list is skips. Okie doke, so I am home now and I am feeling wonderful. Honestly, I think I've had like the dream colonoscopy experience. So I thought I'd talk you through it quickly what happened. So I got whisked straight in as soon as I arrived to the hospital into a room where a nurse asked me a load of questions and she gave me my gown to change into. Then I had another nurse come in and put the cannula in my hand, which is how they put the sedation in. So that was fine, I'm fine with needles, so that was great. And then was the worst bit really, because there was about a 1.5 hour wait for my slot, because I guess they don't know how long each person's going to take depending on what they find, so they're quite flexible about times. So I waited in that room on my own for about 1.5 hours, and Louise wasn't allowed to come in and I wasn't allowed to go and sit with her, so that was just a bit boring, but I was on my phone so it was fine. And then a doctor came and got me and said, it's your turn. So I was like, great. Went into the procedure room, they asked me a load of questions again just to double check like allergies and stuff, and then I turned on my side and they opened the back of my gown thing, and then they put the camera, they put the sedation in, sorry, first, and he only put about 1/3 of the syringe in, and I was kind of ready to ask him for more because I know that you can do that, but they went in and I wasn't in any pain, and I could feel the camera like turning the corners of my colon, which was quite a weird feeling, but it was fine. Yeah, again, no pain, no tummy ache or anything. They took 12 biopsies, which is where this little claw came out and kind of grabbed part of my flesh. That wasn't the best, like I could feel it happening, and it was just quite weird to watch it on a screen and feel it in your tummy. But the nurses were so lovely and we had a right old laugh actually. Louise said she was in the waiting room and she could hear us like giggling away in there. It took about 10 to 15 minutes I think for them to look up the whole thing. And they wheeled me out of that room into like the recovery room. There were about 6 beds in there, but I was the only patient in there. I don't know where everyone else was. They then took my blood pressure 3 times over about half an hour, and they gave me a cup of tea and 2 packs of biscuits. That's the fire alarm going off. Then they kept just asking me if I was okay. I was like, yep. I barely had any sedation anyway, so I didn't really have to recover from that. I didn't have any wind. The nurses were saying a lot of people come out really bloated and need to fart a lot, and that's completely okay and go for it, but I didn't have any wind, still haven't. No tummy aches or anything. And then Louise was eventually allowed to come in, and the woman kind of gave me the rundown. They said everything looks quite normal, but I get my biopsy results in a couple of weeks, and if they are okay too, it is literally going to be a case of me changing my diet, so cutting out things like fat or milk, but I have to trial them all to see what I obviously have some sort of intolerance to. So that was it really, and then Louise was allowed to drive me home. I ate my snacks in the car, and we're just cooking dinner now to have as my first meal back, which I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, honestly I feel great. I don't have anything more to say, which I know is not always the case. Like a lot of people do find it really painful and get themselves quite worked up and have to have gas and air and sedation and stuff, but I was absolutely fine. Oh, something I forgot to mention is that they gave me a it was kind of a sponge cork around a tube, and I had to shove it up one of my nostrils, and it was extra oxygen for me, so that was quite fun. I quite enjoyed that. And that was it. So I'm home, and I'll wait a couple of weeks to see my results, but I'll let you know as and when I get them. And all in all, it has been a fun day. I was right to be excited because I've had a new experience now and a tick off the old list of things that I've done in my life. I've had a metre-long camera shoved up my bottom. Woo! thank you for watching this video. I really hope that if you're having it done soon, this was helpful and let you know a thing or two about what to expect. And if not, if you're not having one soon, I hope this was entertaining for you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you do have any questions about my experience, please do just leave a comment below and I'll try and reply to all of them. I will reply to all of them, I always do. I'll see you very soon.